past midnight, that's for sure, so people are sleeping. But basically, this is what I call Death Knights, or Death Knight, the deck. So what does this deck do? It creates a ton of knights. It basically spams out knights as fast as possible. It is an aggro deck, kind of an aggro mid-range-ish deck. And it's able to get knights from the graveyard, so that's why I like to call it Death Knights. So what is my current rank? My current rank is Platinum, so if we hit play, I'm currently at the Platinum rank. It's actually hidden on the very top. Yeah, Platinum tier 4. So I just hit Platinum with this deck, so no, I'm not like a major, cool, super duper Magic player, but getting Platinum is definitely a step above most players at the moment right now. See, I'm flexing on you. But let's go right into the deck. So we run 4 Dauntless Bodyguards. We use it because it's just a 1-drop to trigger our Vanquisher's banner, which is over here. So it triggers our Vanquisher's banner and allows us to draw a card, as well as it gives protection to a random, not a random, gets protection to a creature of your choice, so you can sack it and the creature gains indestructible. We had 4 Knight of Grace, which has hexproof from black and gains +1 from black permanent that's on the field, and importantly has first strike. Knight of Malice is the same as Knight of Grace, except it has hexproof from white. 2 Find a Finality, so this is how you get creatures back from your graveyard. You can either use Find to return 2 creatures from your graveyard to your hand, or you can use Finality as a board wipe, so it's a double utility card, and the board wipe is definitely very good if you're getting swarmed, but in most cases you'll be the one who's actually swarming the field. So we run 2 of those just to grab back cards. 2 Benalish Marshals, these give creatures +1/+1. 2 Histories of Benalia. So Benalia is very important because it creates knight tokens, and at the very end of the enchantment cycle, it gives the knights +2/+1. Now most decks run 4 of these, but I found 2 seems to be the magic number for me. Now if you find that you really need those histories a lot, then definitely run more than 2. But A, it's an expensive card to get because it costs a mythic wild card, and B, I just found that 2 seems to work the best, and I always usually draw it for some odd reason. 2 Midnight Reapers, this is an important card. It actually counts as a knight. It's a zombie knight, so I guess it is technically a death knight. And whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you draw a card and you lose a life. This is very important if the board gets big, so this is your only card draw in the deck, basically. So you definitely need this out on the field if you want to draw a bunch of cards, at the risk of losing too much life. 4 Knight of Autumn, so this is why I splash green mostly into the deck and why it's abzan. Knight of Autumn is a utility card. It can either destroy an enchantment or artifact, which is extremely important. The amount of artifacts, enchantments I found in the in the meta, because people think, oh, if I run an enchantment, nobody has enchantment destruction. Well, this deck actually runs it. Or you can gain 4 life, so it's a great utility card. Run 4 of it. 1 Ajani, Adversary of Tyrants. This is an optional card. I did not see him on my way to Platinum, to be honest, so he's in there because he gets +1/+1 counters to creatures, which is nice, and they return a creature with 2 or less from the graveyard, so that means you can return a Knight of Grace or Malice or Dauntless Bodyguard from the field to the graveyard, from the graveyard to the field, which is always nice. But I have not seen him I haven't seen much play as far as he goes, so maybe you can drop him for another history. 2 Ixalan's Binding. This is semi-important because some cards you just can't deal with, and it shuts off a lot of decks, which you will see in this video. So I run about 2 of them. Of course, if you want to drop a card, I would suggest Ajani and maybe add another Ixalan's. 1 Josu Vess Lich Knight. I did not see this card at all on my way from gold to platinum, so kind of disappointing. But he's just a 4/5 with Menace, and he is a knight, so he is a pretty good blocker, and he can get in for some attacks. And if you just suddenly happen to get that sick mana cost and create an army of zombie knights, more power to you, but most likely that will not happen. He is an optional card in the deck, though. If you don't like Josu Vess, then definitely add another History or add another Ixalan's Binding. Or you can add another Vraska's Contempt, which exiles creatures. I think everybody knows what this card does. And the most important card, which makes this a Death Knight deck, is Gruesome Menagerie. So you basically choose a card with converted costs 1, 2, and 3, and you return them to the battlefield. So you can get some extremely sick plays by getting out, if you're on curve, a Knight of Grace, a Dauntless Bodyguard, and one of the Knight of Autumns or Midnight Reapers. So this card is very important. It seems like a jank rare, but it does do pretty damn good, because your opponent does not expect your knights to come back from the graveyard, if anything. So it's like a gotcha card. So it's pretty awesome. 2 Eldest Reborns, which sacks a creature, and then once you get to turn 3, you can get a creature from the graveyard. This is good against like control-ish matchups where they're only playing like 1 card at a time. Definitely an optional card. And 2 Vanquisher's Banner, where creatures you control get +1/+1, and then if you choose, for example, you're going to choose knights, of course, every time. Whenever you cast a knight, you draw a card. Then make sure your mana base is, of course, pretty good. I mean, this is all I have for my mana base because I can't afford all the mana cards. I mean, technically, yes, I have 9 wild cards, but I don't have the full mana base. But otherwise, just make sure your mana base is up to snuff. And that's all there is for the deck. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching and enjoy the gameplay that will be presented in a couple of seconds. So I'm just going to assume that. Big assumption, but you never know. So Knight of Malice is hexproof from black, which is good because he's playing black. The only thing is I ran out of mana. If we can get a mana on the next turn, we should be golden. Yes, we are. That was a risky hand to keep. Should have probably thought about that. We are playing black-blue, so we did lose History of Benalia, but that's not a huge issue. Alright, oh, man, this is some bad draws. Alright, so we do need black mana, for obvious reasons. He's playing out the green, he did pass the turn. Oh, man, this is bad. Missed our land drop. Dang, if we have one land, we might have been able to beat this dude real quick. Because he isn't playing anything. Oh my goodness. This is so bad. And I don't think he can do... Oh, Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, that will do damage. Alright, so we do have Benalish Marshal, which will make him 3s. Not going to attack, but he'll probably Vraska's Contempt the Benalish Marshal. Oh, cast down. Alright, that's not bad. So we are going to take... No, actually I don't think he'll attack. He might. No, alright, no attacks, because we can fend him off. Fortunately, a plains.
The wilds are my shield.
So just... Alright, we can fight through that. Ah, man. So they have hexproof from black. This counts as a non-target. So unfortunately, can't do anything there.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
Alright. Oh, Verdant Sun's Avatar. What kind of deck is this? So he's about to gain a metric ton of health. Alright, so we're going to do Vraska's Contempt on that. And next turn we're going to do Gruesome Menagerie because he's about to pick up my graveyard. And we don't want that to happen. So Eldest Reborn triggers, put a Knight of Malice into the graveyard, so he will get one Knight no matter what happens. Verdant Sun's Avatar, he gains life equal to its toughness. Which means he can now attack with Carnage Tyrant without worrying about stuff. But luckily, we do have an out to this. So we're going to play Gruesome Menagerie, which nobody expects, because we have to get rid of the enchantment. So we're going to do Knight of Autumn, and we'll do Hexproof from white, doesn't matter, so Hexproof from black, of course. Knight of Autumn, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Destroying his Eldest Reborn. Malice, which will trigger the abilities of all my knights, because I have a black permanent in the field. Looks like he will destroy that. Yikes. So how much damage would that be if he attacks with both? Oh, the Gravetide. Alright, we're in sick trouble. I don't think I can win this. He's at first strike, which is good. Also, he played a black permanent. Oh, I think that was a mistake, dude. Yep, that was a mistake. They both died. Alright, Midnight Reaper. Knight of Malice again. Fortunately, he can just cast that right back from the graveyard. So yeah, not much I can do here. I just need to have a lot of blockers. So he can cast any creature or enchantment. He will probably be casting the enchantment. No? Oh, I would have casted the enchantment. Alright, so he's just going for a lot of life, which sucks. Oh, you can do both. Never mind. So we'll sacrifice this, which will allow me to draw a card. Nice. Knight of Autumn again, but the problem is, it doesn't matter. Because he has plenty of abilities here to bring it back. So we're just going to do 3 counters in Midnight Reaper, which gives me nothing. Alright. So our best case scenario is the buff. What do you call it? He's the buff something, but he does have Benalish Marshal. He's going to keep attacking. That's really annoying. I don't know why he keeps doing that. I guess he thinks he's getting 1 damage in, but I don't think that's actually happening. Yeah, it's not happening. He's just wasting his time. Alright, so we'll have Ixalan's Binding. Whew. A Mothra. Wow, that was close. And we'll attack with everybody but these two, so we can get the draw. So if let's see, if one dies here, alright, he's gonna gain a land from that. I'm surprised he actually did that. He could have kept the Ranging Raptors for blocks. So he gets to put a land on the field. He can't play any Mothras, so his deck is kind of shut out. Then we lose 1 creature there. We'll draw 2 cards because of Midnight Reaper. And oh, did we get 2 good cards. And let's see, we can grab 2 things from the graveyard. So we're going to grab... we're going to deny his Eldest Reborn too. Eldest Reborn denied. Alright, so he'll grab something from the graveyard. Probably Carnage Tyrant, I assume. Yep. So he will gain a whole bunch of life back. And let's see. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't attack right there. I think he could have attacked and I wouldn't have done anything. Alright, so we're going to make this Knights. So now the Knights are 4/3s and we're not going to attack. So his best bet is the board wipe, but if he does board wipe, I am able to get all my stuff back. Alright, so that doesn't matter. Alright, so we're going to do Benalish Marshal, which will allow me to draw a card. Do the Vanquisher's banner. Hopefully Gruesome Menagerie would be pretty funny. Oh, no. Alright. I don't want to go all in, though, just in case he has a board wipe or something to return everything to my hand. So I will play the Dauntless... No, actually, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, it wouldn't matter. Alright, we are going to play Dauntless Bodyguard. Yeah, if he returns everything to the hand, I lose regardless because of my health right now. We'll make this guy indestructible since he has the most health. And you know what? Let's just play Knight of Autumn just in case he does have a way to push back cards. Because then I can maybe survive with the amount of health I have. Gain 4 life. I don't think he needs the counters. Alright, next we're going to go into combat. And we're going to attack with the 6/5. You'll probably just let that go through. But it's best we start picking off things. Blocking with the Carnage Tyrant, that's interesting. You think he has some combat tricks. Oh, -1. Alright, we'll just let that go through. Alright, so that will trigger double Midnight Reaper trigger into 2 lands, which is just awesome. I'm a little salty about that because I don't want no River's Rebuke. But then again, at this high level of play, I don't think River's Rebuke would be found all that easily. If he attacks with the Carnage Tyrant again, I swear to God. Alright, so we have Sunpetal Grove. Let's play the Knight first. So we can draw a card. Unfortunately, we did not get anything from that. Then we will do History of Benalia. So that puts him on a clock for 2 turns. Alright, so he has too much health. So we're not going to attack. We're just going to have to hope these 2... Unless it was the Knight of... Alright, never mind. Wow. That was a crazy game. Alright, that's slightly annoying. So he does have enough blockers to block, unless he makes a foolish mistake of... Oh yeah, that has to attack, I forgot. That's forced to attack because of Legion Warboss's ability to create 1/1 goblins, and there you have it. And there it is. Platinum. Oh yeah.